Okay guys, we're going to discuss Misty now by Errol Garner and how you can voice it and make a cool arrangement and improvise over it. So your main focus for this song, was it to improvise over it or to like make a good arrangement, or both?
Both, I would say. Yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, the principle for solo piano is in the left hand you play the framework, and in the right hand you have the melody plus voicings. So if you want to, I can show you a bit.
For sure, you can do the first
verse.
Yeah.
Look at it. So you have the melody here. It's E major. This is pickup. If you want to do a simple version, and then. So this is the way you can do a simple arrangement, like if you have to do a bar piano gig and you're just reading the music, then you can play what I call them chord shells, and then you can look. So here I would use the third because I have the major 7 in the melody, and this lead's cool here, just like we did Autumn Leaves. You have the 7th and the 3rd light chord, and then so that works nice. So that's one way of doing it. And then the next step then is to do it a bit more elaborated. You might want to add the 5th there. Spell out the entire chord. B flat minor 9. And then change 7 to 3rd. And here you play. So you add the 5 here. So you have more full chords here. So I have the 7th 3rd here. Add the entire chords. I can play the 9 here and then. And these are pretty straightforward voicings. I haven't added many voices. So the principle is like, and then now I can add here what's missing, 5, 7, and then I have material I add melody, and then it's spelling out the chords. I don't need to. I could add that, but it's too heavy. I think it's just enough. And then here. So I have here my voice root voicings. I play the 7 here, add the 9, add the 3rd, have the chord. So that's pretty straightforward, but it's a bit bland. So the next step is to start adding the tensions and the good stuff to make it more jazzy. And then what you can do is to look at this. What is this? It's actually a dominant pickup. So I could go like George Shearing, I could go, which is okay. Or I can spice it and do it as a diminished constant structure. Either like this. I'm doing here, I'm playing the diminished half, whole, half, whole, half, whole. And then I play this constant structure. I can go like, so it's all based on minor thirds. And this structure is like a G major triad with a root on top. This is like a G minor triad. And then here I go. So this is diminished. You can see it like a D major triad. But it's what it is actually is an E flat minor diminished, sorry. To go into major. But this is the tension and the diminished chord. And in the diminished chord, you can always play tension a whole step on top of every chord. So you can play F, A, D, and A. So you can actually get a dim chord just on top of the other one. So for E flat diminished, you can play F diminished on top. So if you wanted to push it, you could go and play like this.
As som första.
Yeah, but you seldom use all the voicings. Can you see this as well? It's good for you to know. This is like arranging harmony. But this is going to sound really heavy if you go like it's going to be too much.
From where do we get the +5? From where does that come? Like why? How can we use
this
that?
one?
Yeah,
it's from tradition. This one?
The B on the E flat.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just these. They work as tensions because they don't conflict. Because I play a 9 on top of the root. I play.
6.
It's always on top, so a 9 on top. So these are like 9s on top of each chord tone, and it works. If I would play a flat 9, it would sound bad. So these are just available tensions. I think a 9 on top of each. And then you can choose which ones you want to use. And here I have in the melody.
Okay.
And it's a classical technique. You play on the root, you play a diminished chord as a delay of the resolution. And here I just play, sounds good. So it's a diminished chord with a tension. This. And then I go here. Are you with me?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I'm thinking harmonically it's like dominant.
Yeah.
I play dominant. And then I play a diminished chord here. So I play E flat diminished to 1.
Yeah.
But I want to respect the melody, so I have. So I play what's left of the diminished chord. I could play, if I wanted to, like that, and then the major chord. So the melody is an available tension in the diminished chord. So I just play it like that, and then I resolve it.
Yes.
I don't have to play the C, it gets a bit thick, so I can just play the D triad, which makes it like a hybrid chord. Makes it sound modern.
This is going too fast, Adam. You have to slow down. It's too. I'm not with you anymore. Can I try it from the first?
Okay.
The first line. So you're talking about here the melody here.
Yeah.
And on this we add some diminished constant structures, right?
Just it.
Is this?
Yeah, so I double the lead here. And then I go.
Okay.
And then.
Okay, can I try that? Because I'm not sure I got. This one is the first. And then you played like...
You can play it either. This is easier because this is like, you see it's a diminished chord.
Yeah, exactly. With the...
Yeah, with the root there. It's like a...
Okay, I get that.
That's easy. You can play a different voice to this, which sounds a bit more...
Yeah, but what was... I quite didn't get was that I thought it sounded like you played the E here on the second one. No, of course. Like you played just a regular diminished like that.
The first one I played is like this. It's an E minor, G minor, E minor.
Exactly, with the...
So yeah, so you get a G, E, D, just go.
Exactly. For sure, and then you get the
and so forth. So that's the more modern sound. Or you can just play it more like B minor diminished, A flat minor. It's easier to remember, maybe. And then
I like to think of it then maybe as we see here G major.
G minor.
Yeah, but it's you could also think of it like a G major.
Yeah.
And then you double the
Yes.
the minor third, because then you can do the same here. No, like of course like this. Is that what you meant?
So I go like.
Okay, so you have, I got it. It makes sense, yes. Yes.
So G, E minor. It's like an E minor both. Or just, this is more traditional sound. This is a bit more modern jazzy. So it's an E minor both places with different.
So in the first example you had this.
Yeah.
And in the second you had. What's the difference, right?
The difference is this.
Okay.
It's like I see like a B dim chord.
Yes.
And then I just. You can start practicing this one. That's the easiest one. More, if you sit there, then you can see more what's going on. Yeah.
And then what's that?
Yeah.
And then
You begin So I would play this one. It's the easiest one, and you can do an exercise. Just go, and then you see like. These are the diminished thirds. So here I play B diminished, play the A diminished, and here I play an F diminished, and then D diminished.
okay, I think that's pretty clear. And then you do
Easier to play it like this, you see it as an entity. That's often how you do double leads. It's just you play with the left hand one here and the rest here. It's easier to memorize because you have a set key here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
but you add this one too, so you have
Okay,
4.
And then so. Okay. So it's a bit trickier.
Yeah. So first I would do an exercise. I would think like so I hear minor thirds in the melody, and then I would play these. So I would think like first I would do B, A flat minor, F minor, D minor.
All the triads.
Yeah, just play those, and then I add this melody on varje. So what this is basically a B with the added tension. It's an A flat minor.
Exactly.
With an available tension. So I just think this with available tension. With I can think major 7, major 7, major 7, major 7.
Oh, that's also one way, yes.
Yeah. Just to memorize.
Oh, that's really cool to think of it like a major 7 like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then we go. Is this where we go? Ah,
There. This is,
yeah, for sure.
so this one leads, and this one just doubles on the bottom.
Yeah.
So those you can practice, and on different dominant chords, because these are available. And it's very good here because you have them in the melody. And then here you do a delay.
Yeah, I think this was a very interesting voicing that you were talking about that we came when we came here, because first you had the shell like this, and then you added the nines.
Yes.
6 maybe.
Yeah, you can, but I don't think you need that much.
Is this enough then, or would you?
Yeah. I mean, if you just want to make it simple, but like that. So the risk is that this muffles the melody. You can do like that. But here, it's like you have it almost all the bars. So to make it interesting, like.
Okay, yeah. So
it's a nice one.
So then I got it's actually some kind of.
I would do like
this D major. Okay, D major, G minor. Yeah, for sure. I get it. Yeah.
But to make it less bland, I added 9.
That's beautiful. So we go.
It's very tense. You land on it, blam, and then you resolve it. It's like, wow, that was nice. It's not necessary. I add the 50 if I want more like solidness or whatever to the
Okay. So it would sound like this together. Yeah, for sure. Arpeggios just to hear.
And relax here, so don't. And again, I would think of this as a unit. I would see these as diminished chords within the A flat diminished group. There's 3 portions. There's A flat A, and B flat, and then it all repeats. So you have 3 diminished groups, and here's the A flat diminished. So I just say this is the family, and then I just add major 7, or I can think of a melody note or whatever. And then I go down, and then I'm going D over E.
Yeah.
Just a way to memorize, see what you're doing.
And exactly. And this is also actually some kind of.
Yeah, it's a
if you
diminished
think
chord.
of exactly, and if you think of it as this is G minor, then it's dominant tonic, right?
Yeah, this is a delayed diminished chord. The delayed resolution, the one. It's been around for many hundred years in classical music too. Just that.
And then we go to
B flat minor.
B flat minor. With the.
Yeah, and then you can open it up as a parcel. You can still use the same shell here, because you get the 3 here. And then you can do it. Add the flat 9 there, get a bit more traditional sound. If you want to do it, it's more arpeggiated motion.
Okay, can we
So again, talking about icing on the cake.
Yeah. So this is a shell, and then you added the flat 9. You said.
I just play the entire chord, like I open it up, roll it out, like a parasol. You open the like that.
Yeah. And if I were to play the.
No, there's no flat there.
Okay.
Not on this. It's the minor chord.
Okay.
It's on the E flat 7.
That's what I was curious about.
You come a bit closer and sit straighter and relax the shoulders, so you don't have to compensate here.
And here we go to the E flat.
So it's easy to think B flat minor 9, E flat minor 9. Just play the chord. And then bless as a kid under the tree. Här. Play those.
Yeah. So we have again like this. Yeah.
With E flat.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Sorry.
You don't have to play the 3 here if you don't want to, because you have it here, but it's just easier. It does, but you can go.
Okay, so left, so.
I would just make it easier. I think B flat minor 7 till E flat minor 9. So just see those, play those a few times. Yeah, I can do without pedal, it just much. And then relax here. Yeah. So you have.
Good. I just need to, because you said there was E. This is E as a diminished E. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's an E flat 7 flat 9.
Oh yeah, okay. E flat.
If you take away the root, it's going to be the diminished chord.
Exactly. Yeah, good.
And that's how many dominant chords are played, especially with Mozart. You take away the root, you have a diminished chord, and it's written D without the root. It's the same thing.
Yes. It was like this.
Just that.
So.
It's 2 5.
Exactly.
And then you go to A flat with just
Yeah.
played. Yeah, there you have the shell with this. You don't have to think too much about this. I will just make it easy. Yeah, this is pretty. It's just 5th, root, 7th something, and here's where you fill out. So this will be, and now just arpeggiate. And now I have a chord. It's nice also with the breather. We just have the guide tones, so it's not filled all the time. And then you go. It's spelling out the chord here, and then here you put up. As a rule of thumb, I have usually when I play voicings, I try to avoid doubling inside, unless maybe I go different ways.
Doubling inside, okay. So you
Yeah,
just
because
want
it's
to
heavy.
The lead tone.
This is a more clean voicing, and then I go. I can add the 11 for more color. Oh, bless, la, la, la. I like that. So try that again. And this is an upper structure triad. E flat over D flat. So whenever you want a Lydian sound, you can play an upper structure triad a step above. So try this bara. Try it without the 11, just so you see. 2, 5. It's good if you see the structures. A flat minor 7 to D flat 9.
That's true, yeah.
So do. nice song to arrange because you have all the tensions on the top.
Yeah.
Do us? Okay. Okay.
Bye.
You can check on the back in a second. Yeah. So a lot about this is still having in mind what the chords are.
And then we go to like this.
Just that.
And you had this, of course.
Just that, precis. So what I would do is I would do it a bit. The first version of the song I would do is I would do it like we did first, with just shells. Or maybe just. So you start working this left hand. You see. Oh, you see it's a 9. And then you can start adding one other guide tone here. Well, you have everything here then. And then here I have the third 7. Here I have the chord. So I just need to add the third to the D flat 7. Major 7. 7, 3. If you want the 7 there. 3, 7. 7, 3. And then you go. I think that would be a good pre-exercise for you. First just with shells, but only melody. And then I would add one more guide tone. And everything is there. So I have to remain that. I have both guide tones and the melody. 3, 7.
Guide tones, is that like färgning eller what's that in Swedish?
That's a good question. Ledtoner.
Yeah.
So guide tones in jazz is always the 7th and the 3rd.
Okay.
So if I would play a component for a singer, basically, look at me, I'm as hopeless as a kitten up the tree, and I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I just can't understand. I'm too misty the moment you're gone.
Yeah, because because why I'm asking is that you say that I should first play the shells, right, and then I should add one guide tone. But if the guide tones is the third and the seventh, that's why I like. But then I'm already playing it. How should I add it then?
Then you can't add it. It's just as a principle. Add it. So if you want to play just before previous exercise would just be like playing the guide tones like this, and then go, and then. So you have an idea of it, and then you just play just the melody, one guide tone, and then you start thinking, what do I need? Do I need to add something? I don't need to add anything. I have it here. I don't need to add anything. Here I need to add it, so I have the E7. Here I don't need to add anything. Here it's spelling out the entire chord. Here I add this, because otherwise I just have 9, third, 7. Here add, melody, add. It's getting low, so I add up. So that would be a good pre-arrangement. I think that would be good for many songs to do, because now you end up just thinking a lot about theory, but I want to explain it a bit too. So what we could do today is you just do this basic arrangement, and tomorrow we can go into the more tougher stuff. Because that way you can get around many songs in an easy way.
Yeah, for sure.
You check the key, it's E flat major. You see the chord, and then you can just go through maybe left hand. La 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 la. And it feels like I'm playing into a cloud. I just can't understand. I get misty while I'm holding your hand. Walk my way. The left hand and then the right hand. We can look a bit on the left hand then. So here the. So let's take it here because we're running out of time. So you can say that you're leading me on. So there you have the third.
Exactly.
So you can just play the 7 here. You can put it up a bit if you want to. Or play down.
So what I can think, for example, here when I do have the third in the melody, then I just add the root and the 7.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Because then you have a complete sound. You could theoretically do it here, but then you just double that same note, so you get a more full sound.
And then A minor. Okay. And here then I need to add.
Yeah, but don't play everything. Just play this and the shell.
Okay. But then where's the third then? I just dropped the third then.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter for now. For now it's just melody and keeping a shell going.
Okay, and shell is always 2 notes. Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah.
The root and one of the guide tones.
I get it.
And the ear is still gonna compensate. It's gonna say, okay, it's the 11, it's a minor chord.
So here then, if we do have a 6th chord and the melody is in the is the tonic, like this. Should I think like I double? Is this? Oh, sorry. Is this an acceptable? Because then I'm doubling this one and I don't play a 7.
Yeah, because we get flat 9. Yeah, so that's a good way to get away with it. That's why they usually write E flat 6.
Yeah.
To avoid a clash.
So something like this and no third. I'm just gonna omit the.
That's the next step. The first step is just to have a smooth here, and then listen. Wow, actually works out because here I have the third, I have the third and seventh and whatever. So you have seven and third.
Exactly. And E flat 7.
You're here, so you're gonna do. You're not behind the lower level interval limit, so you can just.
Yeah, smooth.
And then I have flat 9 in the melody, so it works fine.
And then we come back here.
Yes. Then go to A minor,
D7.
Do.
Oh, sorry. Where are we?
I usually skip that chord. You can play it if you want to.
Okay.
And then G minor 7 flat 5.
And then this is interesting then, because then which should I guess I could take both then. When I play the shell like
because
this.
there you have the third and then you have the seventh.
Yeah, exactly. But I could also do it. Could I also do it like this?
No, I wouldn't do that
I
because
wouldn't.
sounds it's a lower level interval. It's getting too low. It's gonna sound bad.
But even if I did it here, then,
yeah, but it sounds like Franz Liszt or Wagner. It doesn't sound jazzy. So you want to have the guide
that's
tones
true.
there. It's out of style. Technically, it's right.
But I think that's a really good way to do it until tomorrow. To do just shells in left hand and the melody in right hand, and I think I will be able to play that tomorrow. I think I have a few hours to look at it tomorrow.
And the most important thing is to practice just the left hand. It's good if you hear the melody. On my own. So you have the melody, and then you start doing the melody. So it's just these 3 notes. And then once you have that, then you say which guide tone is missing. Nothing is missing. Nothing is missing. I keep it here. Nothing is missing. What's missing here? The third add. Keep it there at 7. Now each add the 7. 7.
Yeah, I just had to think which do I need to add something?
Yeah, because once it's not too hard. Then you see I have. It's just fill in with the chord tones. With more rhythmic swings, like.
Yeah.
And then here. I just want this. Make it a bit brighter. It's taking it to the next level. But that's not too hard. One is to see the basic structures of the chords, because otherwise you're gonna. It's gonna be more like a guesswork. Was it this or was it that?
Yeah. I mean, for sure, I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is you might want to.
Yeah. Let's do this thing. Yeah. So this is Modern Piano Styles with Adam, and we've played Misty today. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna follow up tomorrow. Stay in touch. Bye.